Hey, how's it going, everybody? Thanks for checking out Exile State Comics. I'm Justin doing a review here, and this is a massive review. We're talking about a Cable catch-up. Cable catch-up. So we got to get caught up on 3 issues of Cable here. We got to make sure that you out there know what's going on with Cable, since I don't think a lot of people are buying this book, but it's actually a really fun ride. So we're going to be talking about Cable 152, 153, and 154, all part of the Newer Mutants storyline that's been going on as Cable has kind of plucked these X-Men out of time, basically, to go back 13 years and solve this issue that's popped up with these externals being killed off one by one and their hearts being ripped out. It's insane. It's insane. So, like I said, thanks so much for checking out the channel. It's your first time here. Go ahead and like, subscribe, do that kind of fun stuff. If you would, that would be wonderful. Okay, so first, we'll go ahead and talk about Cable issue 152. We'll give a little time in between each, and I'll give the plugs at the end. So make sure you stick around at the end to hear what's going on, what's coming up, and what's all around on the YouTubes, right? Okay, so first off, we're going to talk about issue 152. A good bit of stuff happens in this one, right? First off, we get Cable and Dupe and Armor. They, borrowed a Blackbird from Daddy Cyclops and are going to meet up with everybody else. Shatterstar tells the Cable that Blink is now working for Selene, but she's in kind of weird state. Cable and the group go find Gideon in Colorado, but look, Gideon's all old and in stasis. No, Gideon's back, and he's all 90s-tastic. What are you gonna do? So, that one's pretty nuts. I will tell you that. So, that in a nutshell is issue 152. Of course, at the end, there's a big battle with Gideon bringing in the Scrappers, which are humans from the distant future, or remnants or something that's left over on Earth from the distant future. And he also has this, huge tank, or, a hallway. We'll say a hallway, full of psychics all hooked up to a machine, basically like his early warning system and stuff. So he lets them and the Scrappers loose on Cable and the team as he jumps out and jumps in the Blackbird and is gone. So that's where we leave off in issue 152. We also find out that Saul is dead, which I think we saw at the end of 151. We knew it was going to happen. Saul's dead. Shatterstar thinks it's Selene. It's just some craziness. It's all going on. Like, nobody even has a clue whatsoever. It's pretty insane. It's pretty insane. Okay, so moving on. Cable issue 153. Now this is... Alright, so Cable 153, right? We jump to the future, right? Is 5,348. Gideon wakes up. And then 5,352. Gideon finds the Ravengers. And then 5 years later, he's tamed them. They find Cable's arm. And that's how everything kicks off, and he's able to jump back to the past, right? So, yeah, it's pretty insane. We jump back to our team who are left in the building, but it's going to explode. Boom, it does. What's going on? Gideon pops up in front of everybody and basically says it's time to die. So, those are things that are happening in this issue. But boom, Absalom, Absalom, whatever. Dude is a traitor. He's a traitor. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? I mean, Gideon basically mops the floor with everybody, especially with his help. Blink gets her out of there. We see that Armor has saved the day by making a huge version of her armor, expanding her construct and sucking everybody in there so that they're fine underneath all that rubble. And we end up with Selene and Blink showing up, asking for Cable's help. What do you think is going to happen next in issue number 154? What could possibly happen in the next one? Would they possibly fight Gideon? Maybe? I don't know. Now, it's actually... Okay, what did we miss in 153? A little reboot. Or a little reboot. as you were. No, that's pretty much it. The only thing that Gideon... I mean, it was really cool seeing Gideon in the future. And, well, it's a very, very bleak future. In the year 5352. Where Gideon and Eve, his robotic assistant, are the only ones there. Of course, it's just pretty insane. But, alright, continuing on to Cable, issue 154. This one, of course, we open up with Selene begging for their help. Shatterstar's really not having much of it. He says, no way. No way, lady. We're done with you. Cable says, I know what you're going to do. We get a reference to an X-Men book from 2009. And he says, I'll help you if you release Blink. She says, okay. So then Gideon shows up. They don't have to go to him. He shows up. And him and Burke are there to fight. Cable says, all right, whatever. I'm just going to eliminate Burke from this equation really quick. Gideon goes at it. I mean, it's a pretty daunting fight. But he like does his biggest Zord impression and grows really large. Then Selene jumps in and fights him for a while. She basically gets knocked out of the fight. But all this time they're trying to talk to him. They're trying to talk Gideon down and say what's up. Blink's having none of it though. Blink opens a portal, cuts his head off. Is this the end of Gideon? No, it's not the end of Gideon. Don't worry. Don't worry. Eternals, they're always gonna be like they can only be killed by other Externals, so it's all good. It's all good. So that, in and of a nutshell, is the end of issue 154 of part 5 of the Newer Mutants storyline. Now, at the end of this one, what we find is Cable and the team jump back to his secret base, and Cable takes Gideon's body, or Gideon, before he like basically regenerates, as he does, and he takes him to a future prison, just kind of leaving the team in that base where they're all just left wondering, like, how do we get out of here? But they have Blink, so they're fine. They'll get out of there, no big deal. Now, is this the end of this story? I'm not sure. We see a couple that have a baby at the very, very end. And what do you know? That baby has purple eyes. So who could it be? So we will see what happens. 155 comes out in a couple weeks. But I just want to make sure everybody was caught up on what was going on with Cable. I really like the aspect of this story of him jumping through time, picking out team members that he needed from like, you know, along the different timeline. Like Armor's not an X-Men yet. Laura's younger, wearing the different suit. Like she's not all new Wolverine yet or anything like that. So it's just really cool to see how he was able to do that. And at the end of, you know, all of this, he does try to impart like some wisdom to them. He thanks everybody for you know, coming and helping him with what he needed. Now, one of the biggest like heroes of this book, who had the largest part, was Duke, because Duke can generate the like psychic dampening field, basically, right? So Duke did a great job in helping them fight off the psychics at the base, and he also did a great job of blocking Gideon's like precognition abilities that he was able to get from Saul, I guess it was. So that was just really cool to see. They used Duke in a really cool way, or just in a very way that fits his power set, you know. There's even a really good set in there where Duke's down and Cable is the one that goes over and like picks him up and is just like carrying him around, you know, making sure that he's all right, because he did such a great job of buying them time. So, like I said, I really like this book. I think they did a good job with it. Robinson's been Mullen, in prison, are doing a great job. The interior art's been good. The cover for 152 was not good. I'm not going to show you that one. It just wasn't. It was not good. I guess there was some controversy about the cover for 153 here. Why? I don't know. It's a comic book, man. Everybody's over-exaggerated. That's just how it is. It's fine. I didn't notice anything until I saw that there was a controversy about it. And then I was like, oh, whatever. I think it goes along with the character. Whatever. I'm not touching on that one. We'll let that one go. But big shout out to everybody. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for helping the channel grow as much as it has here in the last like couple months. I really, really appreciate that, everybody. So I will be back very soon with more stuff. Of course, check us out here on Sunday morning for Sunday Morning Comics every Sunday morning between 10 and 10:30 a.m. Also, you can find me on JLS Comics along with Jesse himself, JLS Comics, Edwin from Strictly Comics, and Chris, Boston Chris Comics. We have a live show every Thursday called ComiConversation at 8:30 on Jesse's channel, JLS Comics, of course. Link in the description below. Edwin has a live show on Friday nights called Freestyle Friday. Check him out with our good friend Jose Comics and stuff. That's also at 8:30. So 8:30 is a good time to hit up YouTube. Through the week. There's probably something going on. Our good friends over at ComicFrontline have their live show every Tuesday night at 10. ComicFrontline Live. It's a great show. They go through their top 5 books of the week, everybody on the panel, what they're looking forward to, favorite covers, things like that. It's a very awesome show, news topics. So definitely check them out if you can. There's all kinds of great shows. There's live shows, auctions, there's just everything that you could look for. If you're a comic book fan, there's not a better time to be a part of the YouTube community. So thanks so much, everybody. I hope you have a great day, and I will be back with some more reviews soon. Have a good one.